Alright, y'all, so if you read the title, then you know that this video is going to be about my experience with both Megabus and Airbnb. I went to Essence Fest. It's been about 2 weeks ago or whenever I post this video, but I did have an interesting experience with both Airbnb and Megabus. So to start off with Megabus, on our way down to Essence Fest, which we rode from North Carolina to Atlanta to catch the Megabus to go to New Orleans. Now that in itself was a 5-hour drive. We got to Atlanta, we got on the MARTA, and from the MARTA, we got off at just a random stop that the Megabus came to. So we did not ride a Megabus down, which it ended up working out in our favor. Something was going on with our bus, so we ended up riding a coach bus down to New Orleans. You do make several stops. We made a stop in Mobile, we made a stop in Montgomery, and we made a stop in Evergreen, Alabama. First couple of stops is pickup stops, and then in Evergreen, we actually stopped for 40 minutes, and you got to use the restroom, you got to eat or whatever. The ride down there was not that bad. Like I said, it was a coach bus. It was a lot more spacious. Seats reclined a little bit more, and you had the footrest. It was just a lot better. But in all honesty, that drive, I would never ever do anything over 4 hours on a Megabus again, or any bus at that, because it just was too much on the body. It just put a lot of stress on the body being on a bus for that long, even when you're not driving. We did all that, and then we got to New Orleans. So when we got to New Orleans, it takes you to the Greyhound bus station, and we ended up getting on a light rail, and that took us to our Airbnb. I'm gonna keep on with the story of the Megabus first, because on our way back, we did end up riding the Megabus, y'all. We almost missed our bus for one, because online, they do not keep stuff updated. So online, it stated that our bus would be delayed. It didn't tell you how long it would be delayed, but it said it would be delayed. We ended up not getting there until literally right before the bus was originally supposed to be there. And so as we're just coming in, they're doing a last call for our bus, and I'm like, I'm upset at that point. I was upset. So we're running, trying to get to the bus. They put our stuff on there, and we ended up with terrible seats because we were the last people on there. The back row on the top of, because you know Megabus is a lower level and an upper level. The bathroom's on the lower level, and it's basically like a porta-john. And then you have the upper level. So the back row, last row on the upper level is what I end up having to sit in. And it does not, the seats on the outside of the bus, they do not recline. And it is just cramped. It's so cramped. So my ride back was not all that at all either. So we made our normal stops again, and we got to that 40-minute stop. And mind you, was a lot more people on the Megabus because it's double decker. We had more people than we had on that coach bus, which was one level. You also can drink on a coach bus, but you cannot drink on a Megabus. They do not have a license, or by law you can't drink on a Megabus for some reason. So we got to that 40-minute stop, and there was a young lady that was beside my mama who was not on the bus. Like, they tell you what time to be back, and then basically they're not going to wait on you. Our bus driver literally left this young girl in the middle of nowhere in Alabama, in Evergreen. Evergreen is in the middle of nowhere. A lot of Mobile and Montgomery were too, but Evergreen was in the middle of nowhere, and this girl was left. All her stuff was still on the bus, and we were just all in shock, like, oh my gosh, like, what are we gonna do? Like, and as we're driving off, we've already gone down there. My mom went down there and let them know that she had been left. And so as we're driving off, you can just see her like over at the gas station waving with her food, waving for us to come back. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's really about to leave this young woman with nothing All she had was her phone. She had her phone, but she didn't have any of her belongings out and didn't know anybody there. Out in the middle of Alabama. At the tip of Alabama at that, y'all. Like, this is, Evergreen is closer to New Orleans than it is to Atlanta. And so he gets on the intercom. I told y'all we were living out at 4:05. Well, I think he said 5 minutes to 4, something he was saying. And I have a schedule to keep, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's heartless too. So she's left. My mom ends up packing up her stuff so we can keep it together. And we're calling the gas station that we had went to try to see if we can get her on the phone so we can let her know that we had her items. And it was just so sad. And there was literally nothing we could do. We just kept rolling. So that was our experience with Megabus. Like I said, it was just a long ride, and it just put a lot of stress on your body, on your mental. Like, you can't really go to sleep like that because it's constant, like, bouncing and moving and stopping, and it was just not good. And then on the Megabus, being that you're at the top, the bus driver's at the bottom. And my mama and her best friend did not realize that, and they kept yelling to the front of that bus. It was so funny. Like, my mama best friend would yell down there, and then after that, my mama yelled down there. Like, she forgot that we had already, established that the bus driver was downstairs. So it was just funny. But that was our experience with that. So we get down to New Orleans. We were booked to stay at Airbnb. At that time, I hadn't even seen any pictures, to tell you the truth. I was just going off the strength of the people that I was going with. Y'all, the pictures were so deceptive. I finally did get to do more investigating and looking at comments. The pictures were deceptive. The pictures were before Katrina. So when we got to the Airbnb, and I had some footage, and I meant to save it, and I did not, but y'all, that Airbnb was so trash. It was so dirty. It was like you were walking into Bourbon Street. That's how it was. And the pictures, like I said, were before Katrina, and the house was after Katrina. That's what it looked like in there. They had not cleaned up in there. The people were coming in. The owner was there, and he had his little friends or whoever coming in, acting like they were cleaning up. It just was not helping. Furniture looked like it had been picked up off the curb and put in there. It was no coordination to it. They had paintings on the wall that they were trying to sell. And they do have those. I'll try to get the pictures and put those in this video if I remember. But the shower, it was like psycho nasty. Like, like that's what I just kept thinking of every time I saw it. And there was a little back room that looked like it was like a haunted room. It was just terrible. Terrible. Then they had a shower curtain up for the window, the front window, onto the balcony. It was a shower curtain with a shower rod. That was what the curtain was for that window. And then they didn't lock. They didn't even lock. It was just unsafe. It wasn't secure. I was not staying there. We had some people that wanted to stay, but I was not staying there. Like, I was literally gonna book me a flight and go back home if we did not find somewhere else to stay. So it was just, oh my gosh, it was so much. And you done got off this stressful ride, and you get to this place where you're not even comfortable. You're not gonna be able to sleep. And they had, oh my gosh, the beds. And they had like one of the metal covers that goes onto the trash cans, like in parks and stuff like that. They had one of their signature ones they have going down the streets inside of the house. It was just, so if you are going to Essence Fest or trying to experience that, or if you're going anywhere and you're looking into Megabus and you're looking to Airbnb, just make sure you pay attention to every comment. And with Megabus, I don't recommend it over 4 hours. I do not, especially if you're going somewhere for a weekend. You're going to be so exhausted from that ride that you're gonna miss out on the day. Not unless you just somebody with superpowers and super energy, but I'm not. I work full time, so I got off work the day before. I mean, it was 4th of July. I had to still get all my stuff together and then get up and get on the bus to get down there, and it was just so exhausting. But nonetheless, I did have a great time at Essence Fest, and I probably have already posted it, or I'm going to post that experience with that. But my experience with Megabus and Airbnb was a travesty. It was. I'm not going to give up on either one of them. I do know that when I do go back to Essence Fest, I'm staying at a hotel because we got the best experience out of staying at the hotel. So also right before, like literally the week of, the prices for Megabus tripled. You can get a ticket as low as $80 round trip, but they tripled right before the Essence Fest. So I mean, you were paying like $300 if you waited that week. So we didn't pay that, but just to let you know, you can get them as low as $80 if you get them ahead of time. But like I said, that's all, you guys. If you like this video, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video.